Thinking about buying the Netgear Nighthawk R8000. You've probably seen the ads promising insane speed for 50 devices and lag-free gaming. But before you spend $350, you need to hear about the three massive problems that almost made me return this router. I'm going to show you exactly what's wrong, if it's still worth your money, and who should actually buy it. For the best price, click the link in the description. Let's start with the biggest promise, tri-band Wi-Fi. This router broadcasts 3 separate networks to handle all your devices. It sounds like a traffic cop for your internet, directing phones to one street, game consoles to another. In theory, it's brilliant for a smart home packed with gadgets. But here's the first problem: Smart Connect. This feature is supposed to automatically assign your device to the best band. Sounds smart, right? Therefore, you'd think your phone would seamlessly jump to the fastest signal. However, in my testing, it was more like a confused intern. My laptop would stubbornly stay on the slower 2.4 GHz band, while the speedy 5 GHz bands were wide open. I had to manually connect to get the performance I paid for. So much for smart. This isn't just me. Check the forums, it's a common gripe. For a router that costs this much, you shouldn't need a networking degree to get it to work properly. But maybe the raw speed makes up for it. Netgear claims up to 3.2 Gbps. That's enough to download a 4K movie in seconds. I tested it in a 2,500 square foot home, and the range from those 6 antennas is genuinely impressive. Dead zones were eliminated. Streaming 4K on multiple TVs was flawless. Therefore, on pure throughput and coverage, the R8000 delivers. It can handle dozens of devices. The issue isn't the highway, it's the on-ramps. Remember that 1 GHz dual-core processor. It's the brain of the router. For most tasks, it's fine. But enable all the advanced features, like Dynamic Co-S to prioritize gaming, Netgear Armor for security and the parental controls, and you might notice a subtle brain freeze. The interface can get sluggish. It's like asking a genius to juggle while solving calculus. Eventually, something feels off. This leads us directly to problem number 2, the software experience. Netgear Genie, the management software, looks like it was designed in 2010. It's clunky. Setting up advanced features like port forwarding or even the guest network isn't intuitive. Compared to some modern mesh systems with slick smartphone apps, this feels ancient. And the parental controls, they're behind a paywall after the 30-day trial. That's like buying a car and then paying a monthly fee to use the turn signals. Joke number 1. Setting up the Co-S felt less like optimizing my network and more like trying to teach my dog to use the router. He just looked at me and chewed an Ethernet cable. The USB ports for shared storage are a nice idea, but the transfer speeds were inconsistent. It's a box of amazing hardware let down by mediocre software. So, is it all bad? Therefore, we need to talk about who this is actually for. If you're a casual user who just wants to browse and stream, this router is massive overkill. It's a race car for a trip to the grocery store. You'd be frustrated by its complexity. But if you're a power user, a serious gamer, someone with a home server, or a household with 30+ connected devices, this is where the R8000 starts to justify its price. The wired performance is rock solid. Those 4 gigabit Ethernet ports are fantastic for a gaming PC or NAS device. When you hardwire your important gear, you bypass all the Wi-Fi quirks. Problem 3. The heat. This thing gets warm. Not melt your desk warm, but you'll want to give it some breathing room. It's basically a small space heater that also provides Wi-Fi. Joke 2. I'm considering using it to keep my coffee warm during long gaming sessions. Efficiency at its finest. Let's address the Amazon rating of 4.2 stars. That's high. And for many users who just set it and forget it, it works great. The positive reviews often praise the range and stability, which are its true strengths. The negative reviews, they echo our problems. Buggy software, finicky smart features, and heat. Therefore, Your experience hinges entirely on your needs and technical patience. This brings me to the final, most important point, the competition. For $350, you are entering mesh system territory. A good mesh system might offer less raw speed per node, but provides seamless whole home coverage with a much better app. The R8000 is a powerful, standalone fortress. A mesh system is a coordinated army. Which does your kingdom need? So after all these problems, would I still recommend it? Surprisingly, for a specific person, yes. If you have the technical know-how to manually manage your networks, if you need the absolute maximum wired and wireless speed from a single unit, and if you have a very large, device-dense home, the Nighthawk R8000's hardware muscle is hard to beat. It's a legacy champion in a new era. It's like a seasoned heavyweight boxer, powerful but with some old-school habits. Joke 3. Using it made me feel powerful. I half expected it to have a voice that says, "I'm sorry, Dave, I'm afraid I can't disable that firewall." For everyone else, a simpler router or a modern mesh system will cause fewer headaches. The goal of this review wasn't to trash it, but to save you from disappointment if you expected plug-and-play perfection. In conclusion, don't buy the Netgear Nighthawk R8000 if you want the simplest, most modern user experience. But do consider it if you're a power user who values raw performance and has the skill to tame it. Its problems are real, but so are its strengths. When it shines, it really shines, blanketing your home in fast, reliable Wi-Fi. It's a complex tool, not a simple appliance. Joke 4. It's the router equivalent of a gourmet meal, amazing results, but you'll spend more time in the kitchen. For the right person, those problems are worth solving for the incredible performance. If that sounds like you, check the link in the description for the best price on Amazon. Thanks for watching.